Sorry, it happened again. I'm sorry.
It's all
Can you hear me?
good. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So where were we?
Going on about Sam,
No.
probably,
Oh yeah, yeah. The
or
Nanny
just
book
or
three.
the story of how things just went.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, book three. If it is like book two, I wouldn't be surprised because book two was successful in terms of like how diamonds were spent and how popular it was. So they don't have any reason why they would change the way book two went because it was still successful. And even they now, the nanny affair is the logo of choices. So I don't see any reasons why they would think like book two
Yeah, but they make
they
it look
should
ugly.
be, yeah, like why they should scratch their head or like rip off their hair because book two. So I think
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I think we'll book three. Here's my prediction for book three. We're
Hmm,
gonna have the Addison drama throughout the whole book.
hmm,
We're gonna have. We're still gonna be working with Sophia, which is gonna cause conflict with Sam. We're gonna be planning our wedding, but we're gonna have an argument with Sam because she's too busy or he's too busy focusing on the new business rather than focusing on planning the wedding, which is what's going to cause the huge fight. And then it's going to end with them getting married.
okay. What do you think, Brendan? Your prediction?
My prediction. Not too sure. I mean, I guess I'd stick with Eric's thing. Drama with Addison, maybe a bit of custody drama, not too much. But going on that, it's tough to tell with the way things have gone and how things may go. It's tough to tell. Definitely tough to tell.
Okay. Your prediction? You have any prediction?
Wait, I don't know, to be honest. I'd agree with both of them too, but if I'm honest, obviously I know I'm quite. I know I make my feelings known, but I think I'll do that again. I don't think I'll probably be reading book three after this dumpster trash of a book two. You know, I said, sorry now, I think I'll speak a little bit more now. I said from the beginning there was no plot. Well, not from the beginning, but in the middle of the book, I said, look, there's literally no
Six
plot.
chapters.
It's just, it's like with a Sam thing. It's like, I just, I am just fed up of it now. I think the scene what made me a lot angrier is the scene where, sorry, we'll just get my feelings from then now. We can talk about whatever we want then. The thing, what annoys me the most about Sam, well, the scene what really annoyed me was the one in the restaurant where she took us to a nice dinner. She said also we can't get together until next year. MC were clearly mad, and then she said, "Oh, let's just go hook up in a helicopter or whatever it was." But at the end, we worked so hard for a company that spent all them bloody diamonds and absolutely everything to say, "Sorry, company, I don't want it anymore." So you're telling me, yeah, I'm just that's all I've got to add. To be honest, and I know what people are going to say. Oh, you said yourself you got to give the book a chance. I said that. I even said it myself. Go back and go onto my other account and have a look at my tweets. I've made the feelings clear. I said I never. I've said yes, Sam's a good parent. Fine, but I said I needed to give this book a chance, and I've given it a chance, and that's it. I just don't not interested in a book three, if I'm honest. But like Eric said at first, I'll probably just read it for the diamonds now. Not that I need any more, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I spent any diamonds on book two. Oh no, that's a lie. I did take the Jordan scene.
Of course you did.
Yeah,
Who?
me too. That's the only thing that I enjoyed, to
I
be honest with you.
guarantee. Oh, that's actually another thing I want for choices overall. I know it's going through the book overall, but they need to implement a system where you can replay chapters in any order or from certain chapters onwards. Because I just feel it's because like there's certain chapters you'll want, like say for instance Amber on Twitter, she's going through like With Every Heartbeat, and
Yeah, she lost all her screenshots.
she lost her screenshot, so it's like she has to go through the whole book. But it's like, say for instance, maybe she wants to get the seat, maybe she misses some, or maybe she tries to go back through it. It's like she has to go back through the whole book. She can't like go through certain chapters. Like say for instance, if I wanted to grab just the CGIs from Queen Bee, so chapter 7, I think it was chapter. Can't remember. I'd have to go through the whole book just to get to them. It's like they one thing they really do need is a system to either go like pick whatever chapter and read it, or chapter onwards maybe, because then you can still pick the chapter.
Even
then
that,
onwards.
like, even if you just want to replay the last chapter, you have to restart the whole book if you,
I know
if
it's
you
like
choose to.
I've wanted to reread the last chapter of With Every Heartbeat a few times because I like that chapter, but I have to reread the entire book.
Yeah. I think the last chapter can be done because in Dream Zone, I think it's the same chapter. Like it could be the last chapter of the book or the last chapter that you played of a certain book. You can replay it that we can't play in choices. But I think doing for every chapter, I don't think it happening in anytime sooner because I think that's like a lot of programming and stuff. I don't know how it happens, but
I don't think it would be that hard. All you gotta do
Yeah,
is open it up. So, like on Love Struck, I can go and choose any chapter I want as long as I've already played the chapter.
That's fair enough.
Like I can just go in, choose the season I want, choose which episode I want. Like if there's a specific scene I want, I can just go right to that book and chapter as long as I've already played. As long as I've already played that chapter, I can replay it anytime I want, regardless of how much farther ahead I am.
That's understandable. I'd say after reading the book. As for Dream Zone, I won't say so much because the Dream Zone chapters are super short, always, regardless. Like they have content, but they're short, and you can get through them much faster, in my opinion, than choices. So I don't think it's much of a bigger issue in Dream Zone. But yeah, I think overall there's quite
especially
a few
if it's something you want to see in like the middle of a book.
It's like for the Nanny affair, I wanted to reread a few certain chapters, but I had to reread the entire book, which I was fine with. But it's just like I want to read this chapter now. I don't want to wait to then because then I might not feel like reading it. So I went to Abhero on YouTube before he's gone through this whole stupid BS thing with YouTube's terms and conditions. That is one of the benefits of having his channel. And one of the good things about it, you can reread your chapters. Well, not your chapters, but you can reread chapters from YouTube, and you can do it from there. You're able to read them at whatever point. And because one thing I always liked about Hero is his choices were always similar to mine, so it was always like it's basically like mirror reading for me.
Yeah, like if you want to replay just the scene where like after when you get back with Sam and you go to you have the will you be mine in the tree and the lights. You just want to replay that. You have to replay what 16 chapters?
15 chapters. Yeah.
16 chapters. Yep.
I know.
Like it's just crazy, like to have to go through that much just to see that one scene.
That's why I've actually considered not streaming, but like on my BlueStacks or maybe. I've actually not figured out what method I'm going to use. Obviously, I want it to just be streamed. But yeah, I'd obviously like that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about just recording playthroughs, like the full playthrough, and then either posting it on YouTube for others as well, or like keep it for myself as well as a file, so I can reread through chapters. Because then I won't have to go through it on my own. Like I can enjoy it at my own pace.
You can just fast forward to the one you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. But I hope they come up with that because I also tried to play the last chapter of Foreign Affairs and then you go to 15 chapters. It's just annoying sometimes. But I think let's hope to do that. That'd be really easy. But because there are lots of last chapters, like Endless Summer last chapter, a lot of last chapters I want to again replay and live the thrill, but I can't because I have to go through all the books, everything, and then I'll go to that chapter. So yeah.
Yeah, like I think like the ones I want, like there's probably a lot of moments in like Endless Summer, like when you have the wedding. Like I would like to just replay, but you have to replay almost all of book 3 to get to that wedding.
Yeah. 10 chapters, and that's hard. It's just
Or if you just want to play the Becca stuff, if in the freshman, if I just want to do the Becca stuff,
Or if I just want Poppy and Queen Bee, or should I say Arnapan wants Poppy and Queen Bee.
hmm. Yeah. So then we need to spend a lot of time. I mean, 4 chapters you read, then you go to that particular chapter. But yeah. So any more predictions about the Nanny affair? Book 3.
I don't have much predictions per se because I don't want to go off because I base stuff on theory. When the second book was coming out, I was kind of dreading how it would go and such, and I'm probably going to do the same here. So I don't think I'm going to bring much until the teaser sneak peek comes out or until we get some more information on it. Just that I hope
For,
it kind of ends it off on an actual good.
no, no. For
Good
they're
me,
note.
definitely gonna.
yeah.
I'm hoping they pull an America is Most Eligible, where at the very end you can choose to leave Sam,
No,
just
no.
for the people who want it.
I suppose that'd be fair.
I
Yeah, but
don't think they
unfortunately,
will because it's just
yeah,
not the
It's
way
plus it's a
the.
single love interest book, so
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't see it happening. I think it would be cool, but I don't see it happening. I think
yeah.
it's just going to be. It's going to
One love
be
interest.
Addison drama. It's going to be marriage drama where Sam's going to ignore. I guarantee there's going to be at least one wedding appointment that Sam's going to miss, and it's going to cause drama. And then they're going to get married.
it could be a fact of she might not show up at the altar. She might get delayed by something.
I don't think they'll go there. I think they're going to do either cake testing or choosing the venue. Sam's not going to be as involved in the planning as MC wants, and then it's going to cause an argument, and Sam's going to apologize, and then they'll get married, and
Oh
then it'll be
God,
done.
could you imagine if we got Sophia to start the wedding? Oh Jesus, I think that'd actually work out good actually. Sophia, plan my wedding, please. Okay, do this, do that. I mean, if you get Sophia to do it, it get done at least.
Just be careful. The wedding ring might contain poison.
Put a rash on your finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say leave the wedding ring for what's it called? For you do the wedding ring. Everything else that she can't poison you do.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the prediction I would say, the plot, like we have already talked about, I that there is like a in my mind, don't think that plot, but by heart, want like something that really get back on track how they were in book 1. But apart from that, some things I would like to predict is that Robin could change because after the prank the boys pull at the end, Robin,
The
she was smiling, or he or she, Robin, them, they were smiling, and I think Robin will have a change of heart. Sophia, we can even she
that's
can become our ally. And as far as another big thing I would like to see, if Addison is married to Aditya, can we do some little matchmaking and bring Aditya and Jenny closer? If that happens, then I'm officially going to love the book 3. I mean, this is really my favorite book because I love the two characters.
yeah, I
I,
was
I could I could see them doing that and making like a premium choice. Like you can set them up, and there'll probably be a diamond choice to
what like
try to get Robin and Sophia back together.
I think that would actually be kind of cool, because they're a bit more alike than most people think, and in a way, even though they're them, they had a kind of thing going together.
Yeah, they were
And then
not letting each other hands go while they're shaking hands.
even though they kind of still hate each other, they hate each other, but they loved each other in a way.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Robin
Sorry,
did
Jenny
film a
and
sex tape without telling her.
I mean, Sophia didn't care; she just cared about looking good.
yeah.
As long as she looks good, she don't care.
No, she wanted to know she looked good. She's like, if she has to deal with one, at least make sure you look good.
Mm.
Do I want to be in a sex tape? No. If I am in one, do I want to look good? Yes.
Best case scenario.
I mean, it's definitely a lot easier to deal with a sex tape if you look good in a sex tape. If you look horrible, then you have to deal with that as well.
Interesting.
But I did enjoy telling Sophia that she looked good in the tape.
Yeah, same. I did that too.
I'm pretty sure you enjoy looking at the tape.
I did, yeah.
All right.
I would have took a Sophia scene in a second. I wouldn't have thought twice.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to. You can just go sleep with Pop instead.
Oh well. Yeah. I mean,
I only go with Poppy because they ruined Zoe as a love interest.
Oh yeah.
so yeah. Actually, we got a lot of Zoe in the last chapter after a long
There we
time.
go.
Yeah, but I thought maybe after that we'll spend some time with Zoe, but you know,
I
they
just,
just it's gonna give us a phone sex option with the professor.
at least, I'm pretty sure Queen Bee won't have a book 3. So I just,
I doubt it unless it's like maybe a third book, kind of what's it called, like with your love interest going on.
yeah, I don't see
I
them
don't
doing that.
But
It's,
I don't see it. Maybe some weird side stories, but I don't see
I don't
it.
think people are liking book 2 as much as they liked book 1. It's just more of the same thing.
Yeah, actually,
No.
this is like the whole thing. Like, like I started thinking of this when this first released as parallel to America's Most Eligible. But the difference is what happened in America's Most Eligible. That stuff in reality happens, and a lot of real things are projected. But what is happening here? It's fun to read. It's like laugh out loud comedy, awesome writing, and it's just makes you ridiculously like. It's just feeling good. It's a ridiculous writing, funny, like a joke, but it's not something too real. And that, like you said, it happened in book one, and the same thing happening. And yeah, book two is good if it has a book two, but if it goes to book three again, I don't see it happening because which college girl gets an appointment to like just this competition and then some apoidia running like becoming famous? It's just too much to take in. Book two is enough, but if they have a book three, I think they need to find like a super plot, like a proper plot that is going to be something other than what happened in book one and book two, and that will keep players intrigued and they're grasping for more.
Propose
Yeah,
to Poppy.
I just don't see it being a book 3.
No, but I'm enjoying book two. I mean, I like the hit list type thing they've got going. Hunting down the members of X and making them
Yeah,
squirm.
yeah, book two is good,
I
but
kind of
still
wish
book
I
two.
kind of wish I went the bad girl route, being ruthless, relentless.
Mm.
There's always replay. You can always replay it as the bad girl.
I know, when in the chapter 2, was it with Michael, or chapter 3? I wanted to tackle him. I did not want to. I didn't want to guilt trip. I wanted to tackle the man. The man's a traitor. He deserves to get tackled and put on the ground.
Mm. I chose a good girl route. What did you choose with Celine? Bad girl or good girl?
Good girl.
I go with the good girl.
Eric always goes with the good girl.
Yeah, but because that didn't make sense. Like, yeah, that was like good girl was the right option. I thought so too. That's good.
Good girls go to heaven. Bad girls go to Belvoir.
I thought they
Is
would
that
go
even
with
how you
nurse.
pronounce it? Belvoir?
That's what I call it.
So I don't think. What is the actual pronunciation? Well, it sounds French.
I don't know. I call it Belvoir, but I could be wrong.
I'm gonna find that translate. I'm actually gonna find out how to pronounce it now.
All I know is
I
I would
always.
never go. I would never go to that university.
I would. Sounds awesome. Just because there's drama. That's about it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a bit of drama.
If I'm
Well,
paying for if I'm paying for university, I'm going somewhere where I can get an education, not deal
from
with whiny people.
Exactly. I know. Yeah, that's why I said like it's not too realistic, and two books
yeah,
are
Belvoir.
fair. Yeah, two books are fair, but more than two can people can lose interest because it's like in a bubble, and the bubble can burst if they go too far.
I don't think there's enough story for a
Yeah,
third book.
I know. You never know, what they pull out of that hat at the last moment. So,
But no,
I
like
would, yeah, go on.
overall, I think I like the story still, and I think it's going pretty well so far. It's just and you know it adds something new, and I think it'll definitely last us until at least Crimes of Passion. Oh yeah, and as well, all
January
from the
6th.
insider, Slow Burn is finally coming out of VIP as well into you know into access for everybody as well. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be good
we got that one,
In which
and
month? In which month?
next year.
well, I think they're doing Mismatch first.
Yeah,
Wait, they
mismatch.
didn't mismatch. I didn't see mismatch.
Yeah,
Or am I just
mismatch is
blind?
slower. They released Post Pride earlier because of the Halloween thing. Otherwise, they would have gone with either mismatch or slower.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said they were doing uh,
So what?
Mismatch early 2020,
Yeah. So we
and
got
then
Wait the
Mismatch
Dead,
later.
Wait the Dead December, Surrender early 2022, Mismatch early 2022, Crowns of Passion 2022, and Slow Burn to be announced. Oh, they're also
But
doing a live stream
yeah, Q and
on
A.
the 17th.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
the Royal
for the
Romance finale.
the Royal finale.
Mm,
That should be interesting.
That's the end of such a long series that has dragged
yeah,
on way too long.
an era.
Yeah, there's some questions. What is the schedule? VIP wide release, blah blah blah. Why did Wolfbird have its wide release before Mismatch and Slow Burn? Halloween season.
Yeah.
When is TNA 3
But
coming out? The book is in early
but what?
production. Blah
Hey,
blah blah.
Brandon, can you see there in the projected release dates? Blades of Light and Shadow. They said it was early 2022 in earlier blog
That is
posts.
not projected yet. That's not coming out yet.
I feel like we'll have that in the
That's gonna. I
spring.
think. Yeah, I think that'll
I
come
think it's going
spring,
to be in the
summertime.
spring
I'd say summer maybe. Depends.
It's
It
gonna get
depends because
pushed
there's
back, I
quite a few
think.
books coming out.
Yeah, it's gonna get pushed back, I
because I
guess.
don't think they have. I mean, Crimes of Passions is December. I don't think they have anything new listed for January, right? Other than
They haven't confirmed anything for January. Just early 2022. They
No,
haven't confirmed
nothing.
anything.
And they will confirm, I think, in December, either in December's
Unless it's
Insider.
on an earlier choices inside. Let me
I don't
check.
think they've said like any other new books like outside of sequels
No, they have mentioned the
after
Black
Crimes of
Lives Matter
Passion.
book or something. Like the topics they mentioned. Other than that, they haven't said.
Because
Let's have a look.
2022, we'll have Blades 2,
Let me
we'll
check.
have Laws of Traction 2.
Oh
We'll
yeah, Lots
at
of
some
Attraction too.
point,
Forgot about
yeah,
that. I
they'll
almost
have the
forgot
second
about
Laws of Attraction, they'll have the second Blades. We'll have our third Nanny affair,
We're not nanny anymore.
and then they have Slow Burn and Mismatch for VIP to wide. Outside of that, they haven't announced anything.
that. Yeah,
They
Wolf
did.
Pride, Shipwrecks, and then
Yeah,
so on
I
and so
think
forth.
they release like a blog post, year-end blog post, and there they say what books are going to come. I think they said they're working for new genres and one book like something with erase stuff. But yeah, we'll find out as it comes up.
I'm really hoping Walk the Dead's successful because then they'll have more books
Mm.
like that are
Definitely. I
more than
mean,
just romance. Like I'm glad that
I'm
Blades was successful because they'll have them try more fantasy.
I'm also really interested to see what Crimes of Passion will be like. I can't remember what has that
I
been
don't know.
confirmed of what genre it actually is because
I know absolutely nothing about it
it sounds like a surrender BDSM like sexual type book, but on the other hand, it could also be a cop book. I'm thinking
Which
cop
one?
book.
Yeah, I
Which one?
can't
Crimes of
see them
Passion.
doing two BDSM in a row.
I'd say
Yeah,
cop book.
Crimes of Passion. Actually, they mentioned at the end of 2020. Yeah, so it was supposed to release even before Laws of Attraction. So they mentioned Crimes of Passion from in September 2020. That they even released like a sneak peek where there were like a cross sign drawn on the floor with blood. So it's basically I think we're gonna be FBI
Detective?
agent.
Oh, I do remember that because I remember thinking that it looked like It Lives.
Yeah, everybody thought it was It Lives, but it was from this book. And even it's like we are going to be a FBI agent, and they said like two books,
Right.
one book.
I do remember that. It was like, it's FBI.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool, FBI. That's like
yeah.
being a
They
fan.
said like one book you are going to play as a FBI, and then another book you're going to fight those cases in the courtroom. So the courtroom book is out, Laws of Attraction, and the second book with another fancy name, Crimes of Passion, which cop with the abbreviation. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to see a few more action books. Like I know,
They could
I
it,
mean, full on action books, not like fantasy, like proper, like maybe cops, military
uh,
style, secret agents, stuff like
romance
that.
based,
All of them are romance based at this point. It's to be expected. Like
and
in most
then they
action
say
books, you would probably get enemies to lovers.
yeah, yeah,
I
because
don't
it would
I don't mind the romance. I just like when they spread it out. Like Blades wasn't just romance. There was so
yeah.
much more to it.
It
Heist
And I
lives.
get the
Monaco,
same sense with What Wake the Dead.
yeah,
So
or
I'm
Heist
hoping that
Monaco.
they find that balance of releasing books that are more than just romance, and then books that are like Nanny Affair. That's all romance.
I know.
Because I know
Yeah,
you need the romance books to pay the bills. That's what's
Yeah.
like.
yeah, I do like
There's a
the romance
reason
books, but
why
it's like
Royal Romance is 8 books.
if it's an
That's what pays
action
the
book,
bills.
if it's an action book, I'm usually a bit more for the action and stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
definitely say they need more action books. And I'm just trying to think, what other genres could like really
Sports,
good? Sports I guess would be a good one. Maybe a high school quarterback story, maybe, or just going into actual playoffs.
I think we've moved away from. I don't think they'll ever do another high school.
I'm not mega big on the sports ones, to be honest. Though
I don't see them doing another high school book ever.
yeah.
I don't mind high school books. They're quite interesting in my opinion. Like not just because I've seen in different instances of it in different books. Like not just actual gossip and drama, but like different stuff going on. Like there's like in episode, there's quite a few different ones. There's quite some good ones.
I know.
Like not even
But it's
like
hard to do the
mixing them up.
romance with high school books because the people who play the books like they want more than just kissing, and you can't really do that with high school students.
Yeah.
Depends. I mean, in American ones you can. It's very too.
I think high school story books were done inappropriately. Like the romance part, like yeah, it was limited to kissing, and I think that's what you have. Like if someone is playing with 17 plus who's in the high school, and I think it's good. I mean, I know what you mean. Like they want something like what you had in Nanny Affair, but yeah, it was appropriate, I guess.
I
to
can
some
kind of
extent.
see it, because it's like it's teenagers, they want to be partying, doing all sorts of stuff, exploring the sexuality and stuff. So I can kind of see why it would be a bit more,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily mean it would actually be it though.
Probably.
But I'm trying to think, what other genres could there actually be? Maybe we've had vampires. I don't think we've ever really had a demons book in choices, have we?
Nope.
I would like to see Choices do a Groundhog Day style book. I would love to see how.
That would actually be cool.
Oh god, those ones drive me absolute crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Like, I
I think
like
it would-
them, but they just drive me
I think it
insane.
could be done interesting.
Yeah. Because
Like the
Choices
Dream Zone one we read. Oh god, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was weird.
that one was time and time again. That was
Yeah.
my.
It was
favorite.
good, but it was really freaky. It was funky.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah, very
I mean,
mind-boggling.
Yeah, one thing I like about Choices is one they work with an ordinary genre or a genre that has been done so much time that you can probably guess that I know how it's gonna go, and they turn it into something interesting because the hero. I mean, we have like tons of superhero books and we know the origin story of a hero, but the way did hero it was something different, and it was not like a Spider-Man book.
I wouldn't mind
Really-
seeing them try another comic book series.
Yeah. Storyline was good.
Like I think if Hero came out now, it would be pretty successful. I think it was an odd book when it was released because it didn't really match what else was on the app and who was playing the app at the time.
I suppose when I think about it, they could try and go more into the They could try and get into more of a sci-fi one
Sci-fi.
because
Yeah,
I think they only have one sci-fi book as far as I know, really,
across the
which
board.
is Across the Void. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they could
which
try and
wasn't done very well. So I definitely wouldn't mind them trying that again.
I mean, it's like I said, they could always bring on some new like. I mean, it is it's the wait when did that book come out?
2018.
Yeah, so it's like we're quite a few years
I don't
past
know.
that. I mean,
Eric,
it's like
Yeah.
Eric can tell. I was not there. I was not even reading choices back then. I just heard from someone. Is that right, Eric?
Yeah.
Was it 28?
It's 2018, 2019, I think.
yeah, so it's like one thing as well is they'll bring on new writers. They'll have loads of new things coming on. There's loads of new things to take in. So it's possible they could get some different writers in for the sci-fi. To really run it differently. So it
Yeah,
just
I
depends.
think it has to be somebody that actually is passionate about it. Like one of the reasons Blades is so good is that the writers are passionate about the story.
If I said Dave Filoni, would you kill me?
No,
Imagine that though. Maybe Dave Filoni making some sort of sci-fi style book. Not
I can
necessarily.
go for
Well,
it.
hopefully in choices, but still,
because like I was really excited when they announced Across the Void, and then
it kind of
just
dropped.
I know.
there's so much story there that they didn't use properly.
Yeah, I've heard like Across the Void was supposed to have a book too, but then nobody really liked it. It went into a hiatus, and they just finished it. Anyway, because the story behind Jura or something, I don't know, and Vanguard, I think people don't realize like how they were, because the backstory they didn't do really well because they just rushed it after the hiatus because
Yeah,
nobody was really liking it.
they didn't tell you what either side really was.
Exactly. Yeah. Why were they
Like
fighting
all you
in the
know is
first
that all
place?
you know is there was an argument, but they never tell you what the war is about, or why each side is what the way they are.
That was it.
Well, that's something they could actually do maybe for sci-fi. Maybe a time travel book. Maybe.
Time travel. That'd be okay. Actually, I was thinking what they did with what was that book?
Project Prometheus.
No. In choices, the pirate book.
Uh,
Oh,
Distant Shores.
Distant
Yeah.
Shores.
Actually, the distant shores. We went back to you know old times, but just imagine if they do something that on the rivers, like certain old characters from 100,000 years ago or 1,000 years ago from that character, or some certain characters come to life in this modern era, and they're just learning how things are different, and we're getting to know them, and just we need to hide them from our world, like we need
Or
to
it could be,
stop from others getting to know them, like
or it
getting to
could be
know
a
their true
Terminator
identity.
style book. From the future.
Yeah, yeah. I watched the series called White and Shining Armors or something like that. Hey, yeah, that would be super. Like enemies and all the monsters come to life from 1,000 years ago, and in like a suburban area, and then that was interesting.
I would have said a past person comes to the future. Future person comes to the past to try and change things.
That's what
I'd probably
they
say
do.
that.
Yeah,
Like
that's
maybe
what they do.
like I would assume, well, not assume, but I would think maybe what about what Mortal Kombat did in Mortal Kombat 9? It's like if you've gone through it, Raiden, he sees visions of the future and he tries to change them, but in changing them, when he does, it doesn't necessarily change it for the good. Like it gets worse. He changes things that are a lot different, but not necessarily for the better. So maybe something like that. Maybe something going a bit complex like that. I think that'd be cool. Because I always thought how it was interesting that you could predict the future, but not necessarily. But it's like it's that effect. When they talk about, if you change you can talk about changing the future, but you don't know what kind of drastic effect that would have. Like say for instance, someone goes back in time and assassinates Hitler before he can take over. Yes, World War II will never have happened, but I mean, there could be a lot of things that never would have happened. There's a lot of things taken into account. So Mortal Kombat actually expands on the fact that changing the future is not necessarily for the better. It could have worse effects or maybe some better, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I think that would be a cool, interesting story.
Yeah.
A bit like It Lives Beneath, going back and forth, being a bit complex.
Yeah, I think anything with time travel, is really interesting. Anything like either it's someone from past coming to life in the modern time, or someone from the future coming back to warn us, or maybe an alien species book, something like like where extraterrestrials would exist. That'd be good.
Or a different dimension. Or
That'd be
maybe
really
like
cool.
in Mortal Kombat 11, where the past and future kind of collide in like a
That'd be
little
really good.
nail. See, that was
That'd
a
be
good
good.
story.
That'd be good. Or just if they do a book, even rom-coms, if they do that, if they do it like I watched a movie called Win a Date with Todd Hamilton, something like that. That'd be really good, like really good rom-coms.
Maybe, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, they haven't
No,
really released anything that has just been like a light book.
I feel maybe they should not maybe work on. Maybe they should at some point they should release maybe a small book, not a bit like Haunted of Braywood Manor. Like maybe every
Yeah.
so often release a small book, like just something a little light, something to keep going. Just something like that. I think that'd be quite good every so
Or
often.
side books. Yeah, or side books like
I would have said
Christmas special book.
I say side book,
Halloween
but I say
special book.
like Braywood Manor, so it's like fair maybe 5 or 6 chapters.
Yeah, like
Consider a full book for
its
50.
own story. Release it
Yeah.
over 1 month.
Plus you'd be able to diamond grind it because like I say Haunting of Braywood Manor, so because that counts as a full book, and it's like if you do, it should count as a full book.
15 diamonds for
Yeah.
completing a book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Now
they
that
can
I-
do that. Yeah.
Now that I can't play the last rules of engagement for 15 diamonds anymore.
Yeah. But also they can do like one character they can take and a complete book, like a short book, 4 or 5 chapters, with that particular love interest. I think some app does that. I can't remember, but I think that would be cool. If you like Blaine, for instance, then a book where you just get 5 chapters with Blaine, or like for Aina 5 chapters, or Tatum 5 chapters. So you get more of that particular love interest, like a side book with a particular love interest.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. I'd like to see them return to like some of their older books too, like have a reunion special for the freshmen,
Freshman, yeah. That'd be good.
or a wedding special.
Hmm.
Like it ends with you getting engaged. Have a university reunion where you see where everybody is.
That would be actually good.
Like outside of Caitlin, who you know who's a rock star, you don't see anybody else in any cameos in other books. So
Caitlin is in America's
have
most legible, right?
to
Correct me if I'm wrong.
yes, you can choose her or the DJ for your wedding.
Yeah, I chose Caitlin, I guess. And I haven't played all the books, but where is that character from originally? I mean, there's a character in America's Most Legible who comes to help us dress up, and who is French, like Mon, like he used to, address our main character as something in French. Remember in America's Most Legible? I can't remember his name, but he used to like give us advice on the dress. Even he was in the competition once. Like he
Oh yeah, like
decided.
the designer.
Probably. He's a French guy, I guess.
Yeah,
What book was he from originally?
I can't think of it.
Or was he just for that particular book? Anyway, yeah, there are lots of books, so it's just lots of
There's
characters.
just a lot of things overall that can be
Yeah.
changed
I gotta ask.
and done.
Yeah, I gotta ask you some questions from the Nanny Affair, though. So who's your favorite or cheerful kid from Nanny Affair? Out of Liliana, Mickey, and Mason, Who do you like most?
Uh,
Or
I don't
you can
think I
just put in.
took their. I don't think I took enough of their scenes to have an opinion. I didn't
I,
spend
sp-
diamonds on the kids.
I suppose I'd go with Mickey because I like how to say he's a young 8-year-old. He's confident and he's quite what's the word? He's very
Charming?
spiritful, I
Yeah.
guess.
Which
No, I
one's
say
the more
spiritful.
outgoing kid, Mickey or Mason?
Mickey. Mason's
All
the
right.
shy kind of.
All right. If I had to choose, I would probably go with Mickey then.
Okay. What about you, Matt?
Don't want to speak. It's all right. Bye.
Okay.
Well,
Mac has let his opinion of TNA known. He doesn't care.
Oh yeah, the Danny appears. Sam.
what about you?
Uh,
What's yours?
Who is worst villain? I mean, you can just if you have like you don't need to choose, but you can just arrange them in order. Like if you ask me the question, Liliana, Mickey, Mason, I'd have said like maybe Liliana, Mason, and Mickey or something. So, in terms of worst villain, who would be the worst villain? Robin, Sophia, Jordan.
Uh,
None of them were villains in the book. Here.
I suppose I'd go with Robin because in a way she's worse than Sophia because well she's wanting to drag everything down, whereas
I mean,
Sophia, I think
Sophia's not even
Sophia,
she's not even a villain in the second book.
yeah, she's a friend if anything, or she's a
Like
boss.
if you make the choices to be nice to her, she's actually a nice character in book 2.
That depends on your definition of nice. She's
She
okay.
she mentors you, she gives you your dream job, mentors you. Like she actually treats MC pretty well in book 2, all things
Yeah.
considered.
Surprisingly, I'd say she underestimates. She knows the potential as well.
Yeah, like I feel like she treats you really well in book 2. And
Exactly.
Robin, they just totally ruined them.
Yeah, and also with Sophia, I mean, like you said, Sophia's character developed in book 2. Like she helped us, and in the workplace, she kept like a really mature. Like she didn't pick fights, so she didn't go personal like Vince or some notorious villains in other books. Like she was really professional, and she was not personal at any point. But still, at the end, when Sam and Sophia's departments collaborate, still they made her look like she wanted to snatch the partnership away. I think that also kind of undid whatever good she did throughout
I don't think
last
so. I
few
think that's
chapters.
something. I think that's realistic. Like I don't think that makes her a villain because she was
Yeah, but
trying to.
yeah, not a villain, but I think like I thought she became matured. She just grew up fast because in book 1 we also saw like her dad was really strict and how looked down on her and sort of the sexist remarks her dad made. I think also she had this problem in book 2. I liked how the in the office the relationship between MC and Sophia grew, like how professional she was being, not picking any fights, not making it personal. I thought maybe they could have done more with this, if Sophia, Sam, or maybe actually collaborating. Since Sam probably didn't need to quit because it was going well. Like just both of them could have been CEO, could have gotten for the greater good because the plastic department for biodegradable plastic and the robotic arms. It would have been you know, for the greater good of the whole company and the world, I guess, rather than just quitting or getting divided. But yeah,
And Jordan, they just didn't use enough. He was just Robin's lackey.
yeah, I agree. Um, I'm gonna ask this: Who has the fakest smile? Lana, Sophia, Jordan.
I guess Lana, to be honest. Even Sophia's got a better smile.
Yeah, I'd probably say Lana as well.
Lana. Okay. And if it like who do you think can rip your soul off if you mess with them. Like Lana, Sophia, Ivan, Robin.
I would say Sylvia. I think you don't want to be on her bad side.
I mean, technically, we're already on a bad side.
Only if you play it that way. I don't feel like my MC is on her bad side.
No, never. We respect each other. Like, hey, like we're professional, okay? Don't make it about something it
I
is
mean,
not.
I've yet to see her actual power and what it's like to be on a bad side. So I think I'll wait and see.
I would say Lana because Sophia we still got her with Sophia, but Lana is like even we once just fingered Lana's pulse, and she was like, "Oh, what'd you say?" Like she's
Lana's
dangerous.
just an annoying soccer mom. She's not that much of a threat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see Lana as a threat.
I see her as annoying, but not a threat.
Yeah, but I don't
Like I
think
feel like
like
Sophia knows people who know how to dispose of a body.
exactly. You don't want to be messing
The actual
around with.
person won't do it for you.
Lana just seems like the annoying parent you have to deal with at your child's school.
Mhm.
She's
Technically,
more
she was,
talk.
if you remember rightly. Technically, she was.
Yeah, I thought she would have a broader role to play with Sophia when the book started as antagonist. Oh well, it went on differently. And who would you say has the best poker face? Lana,
Poker
Sam,
face.
Dad, even.
Uh, poker face.
Or Sam. You can even include Sam because watching MC in a beautiful dress and it's still like the plus emoji desire sign going up and still like attending his own wedding and fake wedding anniversary with Sophia with straight face.
hmm,
I don't really see anybody like just that really hides their emotions in the book.
I mean, Zofia doesn't have any emotions, so can't really say Zofia. So yeah,
You're only saying that because you're infatuated with Sam.
I'm
Sophia
genuinely saying
is
that because I've not seen Zofia have any genuine emotions apart from putting on a face for a bunch of rich people.
Mm. Wanted to snatch Sam, Sophia.
no. I mean,
That's
when you have the scene where she, when your project gets destroyed, and you're like, when can I be upset? And Sophia's like, as a woman, you can never be upset.
Gee,
yeah,
thanks.
I mean,
yeah,
and it's true.
I mean,
Women
that kid just be
women
like that
are
too. Like, yeah,
if
okay,
women
fine.
show anything, then they're people say that they're too emotional to get a
yeah,
job done.
yeah. I know.
And if you say
Yes,
that
I
to
understand.
Zofia, you'll end up
And
decapitated.
also, I don't know if you guys remember that, but I think after the breakup and after we got along with Sam, when we're coming out of the office, when we came out, with the whole relationship became public, then Sophie and our main character were walking out of the facility, and then the media came up about like asking questions, and then Sophia just put on a smile and then just handled the media with quite a bossy effect. Like didn't let anything out. That was interesting.
She's made us send stuff. I'll give her that.
I mean, you can
What?
argue that you have more conversations with Sophia than Sam because Sam doesn't talk to you.
Yeah, she will let her body parts do the talk.
I think a hookup scene with the first book of Zofia would have been awesome.
So I mean that would have been
It's
even the
just
worst than cheating. I mean,
I said in the
there's
first book before you and Sam were actually together.
oh, yeah.
Easy there, Tiger.
Oh no. Yeah, that makes more sense, I guess. Oh well, I think that's about it here in the questions. Nothing else to add. Do you guys have anything else to add? Eric, Mac, Brendan.
No.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
I've said my piece on the nanny affair.
Yeah. So we just gotta wait and see what happens with the Nanny Affair Book 3. I think it's gonna be again June 2021. June.
What happens if I'll get all my diamonds and move on?
Not without giving his very professional opinion, though.
Hey, I'm very nice. You are allowed to like the Nanny Affair, Brandon.
No, that's the thing is that I like. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying I like how Eric, he's like he can respect people's opinions and what people like, and he won't dumpster on them like certain people. That's one thing I've always respected about Eric. He'll he understands. People may
I
not.
see no point on dumping on people for what they like. It's just there's lots of things that I like that I know other people don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people are entitled to their own opinions, their own likes. Doesn't mean you have to absolutely dumpster on it.
Like I can respectfully give my opinion and still respect that you like the book.
Yeah, it's like if someone's giving an actual opinion, there's a difference between giving an opinion and just hating on something. Like I'll respect someone's opinion on something if they don't like it. Like, even if it's something I like and they don't, I'll respect their opinion. And who knows? I may even agree that they have some valid points.
Yep. I agree with that.
Because I don't know. I mean, one of the things I like about playing, like right now, I play choices more about having discussions with people, and you can't have good discussions if you're just going to harp on people's opinion.
Yeah, that's one thing I actually love. I like reading choices, but I also like having some really cool, really in-depth conversations with other people about it. It's like, granted, there's a lot of books I haven't caught up on, but I'm caught up with most of the popular books.
Joined in 2021, so yeah, it has been 1 year barely. So it can.
Yeah, it's like there's all sorts I want to do with the choices community. I want to do discussions. I mean, hell, I want to do with Shipwrecked, I was kind of hoping it was like, where it's a bunch of people stranded on an island. Maybe they don't know each other, maybe they do, and getting a bunch of people together to do reading with. I think that would be a good. It's interacting with each other, building on it. I think that'd be a cool little feature to do.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think that would work well for Walk the Dead. I think there's enough characters in Walk the Dead.
I mean, I like to think about it. I mean,
I have to do a group reading.
I have actually asked Kat because I'm planning to stream it soon. I have asked Kat if she would join me in it. Because I would actually I might get a few people actually.
Yeah, I think Walk the Dead. I think there's enough there's enough cast that you can do that with multiple people easily.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters. And the music.
Yeah, because there's Eli. I can't remember the guy's name. Already forgotten it.
Shannon, Angel. DMC.
Yes,
Troy.
But then you got
that's
the
it.
background characters. There's enough background characters too.
Yeah, Jocelyn
it's
Sprite.
Yeah, so I'll definitely have to look into that.
Yeah, before we end on this discussion, I totally forgot. I don't know. I was thinking I would mention here, but we just kept on going about the Nanny Affair, this and that, and it just totally slipped my mind. Did you guys check out the first 2 demo chapters of It Lives Within?
I have not yet.
I didn't know they were out, so somebody needs to send me the link.
Yeah, I rarely use Tumblr, so.
Because I was really excited about it, but I don't go on Tumblr very often.
Okay, I will send you the link. So and also
I am
warning,
very interested in it.
Warning: do not play it on your mobile phone because it's a bit glitchy because you only get to use your browser. So do play it on PC or laptop or whatever you have like that. So
PC Master Race.
I'll have to do it on my laptop.
Yeah.
And then,
do it on that. It'll be enjoyable. Yeah, and then you can give a feedback on their Tumblr page because they're asking about it.
I mean,
I'm still writing my sequel for my first 2 loves that I want to do on my podcast.
Wow,
that's just as interesting.
Yeah,
like
that's my favorite.
Sequel.
Yeah, that's my favorite book of last year almost. I like Michael First a lot, and specifically The Boy Next Door.
Yeah, I'm basing my sequel 5 years in the future.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, who is your love interest there, or do you have
do you have a set love interest?
So I ended with Ava when I played the book. So I don't know if I've let you guys read any of the chapters. I did share chapters with some people, the early chapters and where it starts.
I need to read the first book first.
Um,
Is it on Twitter? Did you upload it on Twitter?
I didn't. I sent it by DM to some people to
Okay.
get their feedback.
Please do send me. I would love to read it.
Yeah, I'll send you a few sample chapters I had to start with.
Cool. Interesting. I like the boy next door in that book. I think the music was spot on and the story, like how when I had a friend who had some I think it's quite relatable what the MC went through. I mean it was a bit like a long book, but still I think it was worth it what happened by the end. I pretty much liked it. I didn't expect that book to be that good. And it was really good. Every day also released something we can play every day.
I didn't love the book, but I loved the conversation that it had on daily release. It was nice to have a chapter every day that you can go talk to people. Like every day we were having conversations about with Jerry and Amber and Ari.
Yeah, we need to get a big group together again.
It was nice to have that daily conversation.
Is Amber in Kat's group chat? I don't think
She is not. I'm in Kat's group, and then I'm in a second group with Amber, Jerry, Ari, and Emma.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm in Kat's group. That's about it. Might expand. Might.
Yeah, also not really we're talking about this today, but still I would like to mention shortly the main character's father's character development. That was something really special. I mean, I have never seen a character development like that in any other book, specifically who is not the center of attraction. Like, first how the parenting he was going about, and then how he changed it and how he developed.
Yeah, I'm lost.
It had moments.
So, anything else you want to add? Any of you?
Nope.
I'm good.
I can't think of anything.
Alright, so I think that will be it. It was nice hanging out with you guys for 1 hour plus some moment, and it was supposed to be done by last Monday, but for some issues, but it was fun hanging out with all of you and just to talk about the books we did. It has certainly been interesting. John, I'm looking forward to the next time when we talk about Joyce's books and other theories.
Once Awake the Dead is released, I'm sure I'll have lots of opinions.
I think it's early December.
Yeah.
End of the December. Yeah, around that
Once
time.
you guys
Mid-
get around
early
to
mid-December.
Walk the Dead talk, if you guys want to invite me, I'm sure I'll have lots of things to say once I'm able to without spoiling it for people.
Of course, because I haven't read Awake the Dead yet. There is super hype, so I would also be willing to talk about Awake the Dead, and even people I know almost all of the people I interact with on my YouTube channel, they haven't read Wake the Dead, so they have a lot to talk about. So it would be interesting. I'm waiting for Wake the Dead to drop because there is a lot of hype about it, and people are even upset when this was. It was announced that it's going to be a VIP. So there's a lot of hype about Wake the Dead. People are waiting for December. So yeah, definitely. We'd love to have you again and just talk about Wake the Dead only.
Absolutely, I'll love to talk about Wake the Dead with you guys.
Okay. So then
I'm sure I'll have opinions on Surrender too. It might just not be the same opinions other people.
Oh, the only opinions you need are Fishties. That's all you need.
Like I said, I'm more excited about watching Fishty play than playing myself.
Yeah, I'm obviously gonna play myself, but I'm really intrigued to how Fishty plays it.
She's doing blades with dice. It was hilarious last week.
Yeah.
About Surrender, I think I would have liked it even more if it was gender customizable, but sadly it's not. So
It's not gender customized. You're able to view from different points of view, both male and
love
female.
interest POV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you get both
so-
points of views,
so
which
it's not it's
I,
not
I
all
think
bad.
that part sounds interesting, and I hope
That does
that
sound
part goes
interesting.
well because I'd like to see them do that again in a book that I'm more likely to like.
Yeah,
So,
like what about? I say what about? I would say maybe Queen Bee. You know, like with Ina. You know, see things from the teacher's perspective because that one's a bit different. You know, 'cause you've got the student and the teacher. Both lives are different. Students dealing with drama, being a high school thingy. The teacher's dealing with
being a teacher
heat from the
trying to
board.
being worried about losing your job because you're dating a
Yeah, I
student.
think it'd be interesting to see both points of
If you're
view from
dating a
that.
student, I'm not dating Ina or Ian
I
or
think
Ian.
I
Heretic.
think I think point of view wise,
I've said it plenty of time on Twitter. I am not a fan of Ina / Ian.
Ian, I'm not a fan of Ian, I am.
yeah, he was too
Well,
busy
they're the
ogling
same
Sam.
person. I've said it plenty of times. People know my position. I am not a fan of the professor.
Neither the best friend.
Ouch.
That hit home. That hit
Well,
home.
at least we know for definite you team Camilla.
Oh.
That I can live with.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure to give Camila a professor spot then.
Oh good god. That's if she doesn't kill you.
Professor of vampire history.
It's like I would say that would be kind of cool as well to see things from early Bloodbound, maybe from Camilla's perspective. But you already kind of get the flashbacks and such. But it's like from the early parts of it where you're like when you were human in the first book, and then going on to with whoever you decide to love with them as a vampire, how different just those little stories where things can be where they're both different, like where the surrender thing comes into play of being able to see both both what's it called both points of view.
Yeah.
I think things like that would be interesting.
Bloodbath did it well with the flashbacks if you take the premium scenes.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take premium scenes because I wasn't able to catch it with Cap because I had to go do college stuff.
I
'Cause it
think
sucks.
both point of views are going to be good when only you make it worth it. Because I think if it's worth it, then it's good. Like I think they could have done this with Foreign Affairs when Aina betrayed us. Like that could have like her point of view. We could have seen like what happened. I think like in those kind of prime moments, if they do this POVs, like we get to play from our love interest point of view, or like in the unexpected areas, you also have we see from Francis' point of view, or from other characters' point of view, or from Amelia's point. I think those scenes are really good if it's worth it. I mean, really, it's happening at a crunch time.
Yeah, it definitely is interesting. I'll say that.
Anyways, I do have to head out to get a few other things done before work.
Yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. Like, have a nice weekend. Not weekend, it's over already. Have a nice week and just enjoy your November. And I'll see you soon. And I'll send you the link.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining. It was fun talking. Okay, bye. Gotta go.
All right, talk
Have
to
a
you
good
later.
one, y'all.
Yeah. Take
Well,
care, all.
actually, Cole.
Stay safe. Yeah, take care, all.